Is the Oak Island real estate market up? Is it down? Is it flat? Is it stale? That's the question I'm getting from a lot of people and have been getting for this entire year. So in this market update video, I'm going to key you in on the key trends that are happening right now in Oak Island real estate, bring you up to date on all the stats. I'm Brian Inskip with Surf Homes NC, and this is your September 2023 Oak Island real estate market update. The first thing we always talk about in these market updates is what are sales prices doing. That seems to always be the thing that buyers and sellers are most concerned with, or just property owners in general. So this year for through September of 2023, our average sales price is still up 5% over this same time last year. We saw about a 1% decline since August. So month over month, we're down about 1%. But sales prices, as I mentioned in the last market update, have really flatlined throughout 2023. So from the beginning of this year, we really haven't seen much variation at all in sales prices across the island. The next thing that we look at is the new listings, which starts to tell us what inventory is doing on the island. So year over year, our new listings are down 32.8%, which is consistent with most of the months of this year. We've seen that reduction in new listings coming on the market, and we're actually down an extra 10% from August. So that's another big dip in new listing inventory. So right now, one of the things we're really looking at is, are we going to see a surge of fall inventory hit the market in Oak Island? Because we definitely didn't see near the number of homes that we would typically see listed for sale throughout the summer. So we're keeping a close eye on the new listing numbers. Looking at the homes for sale on Oak Island right now, that's the total number of properties currently actively on the market. That is up 27.5% year over year, which is a huge jump in the number of homes that are actually available at any given time on the market. That number's down 10% from the prior month, so we're starting to see a dip in there that's starting to shrink our inventory, or could start to shrink our inventory depending on what the rate of sale does. But that is still a huge jump in the number of homes for sale year over year on Oak Island. Pending sales were down 29% year over year. That means we've sold 29% fewer homes that went under contract at this point in the year. That's down an additional 7% from August, the prior month. So again, we're looking at what's going to happen in the fall market in Oak Island. We're going to be keeping a close eye on all these numbers to start to predict that trend. Closed sales, matching right along with the number of homes for sale, and pending sales is down 31.4% year over year, with a 4% drop since August, or through August going into September. That matches right up. If you have fewer homes coming on the market, fewer pending sales, then you're going to have less closed sales. I've got a really interesting story about this next stat from one of my recent sales on the island. So average days on market has actually increased 73% year over year. And this is one of the things that buyers and sellers have probably noticed the most about the current market that's changed compared to the last couple years. So what that means is it's taking the average property that goes under contract longer to sell. Right now we're sitting at 59 days on market, which is up just 4 days from August. But again, that's a big increase over what we saw a year ago, where a lot of properties were still selling within just a few days or maybe a week or two on the market. So I had a recent listing that we went on the market, and we're still kind of in that transitionary period where a lot of homes are selling really quickly and others are taking a bit longer. So while we haven't seen a big change in sales prices, that stayed pretty level, what we have seen is a difference in how long it takes to connect with a buyer that is ready and willing to meet the terms of the sale. So with this particular property, we went on the market. We had a good first weekend. We actually got an offer that first weekend, but the offer was missing a few things that I thought we could do better for the seller. And so we ultimately ended up not working out a deal with that original offer. Well, we went a couple weeks where we didn't have near as much activity, and there could start to come some doubt in whether we had positioned the property correctly or whether it was going to sell, or maybe we had priced it too high, those kinds of things. But when you've done your research right, then you can be confident in your approach. And what we knew was with the changes in days on market, that we just needed to allow buyers more time to get through the property, because they do want to come out and physically go through the property now. So fast forward at about 30 days on market, we had another showing, another buyer went through, came out, wrote us a full price offer, no questions asked. It was super clean. We had a great smooth transaction. But I share that to know that if you're a seller and you're putting a home on the market, you have to match the market conditions. And so right now what the market is telling us is that it takes on average about 59 days to get the appropriate buyer through in order to have a deal that's going to check all your boxes. And so sometimes it's worth having that patience rather than slashing your price and trying to make something happen quicker. The next thing we want to look at is the actual supply of real estate on Oak Island that's available for sale. Most this year we've been hovering right around just under 3 months worth of inventory. So that's the total number of homes versus the rate of sale that those homes are going under contract and selling at. We had a real slight decrease through August in the inventory on the island. It was just 0.1%, so that's still pretty level in my book. But from a year ago, we're up 68.8% in inventory, and that's just a reflection of where we were selling homes in days or maybe a week. Now looking at that average days on market of 59 days. And obviously there's homes selling quicker than that and taking a bit longer. It all just depends on the property itself and the positioning and a couple other factors. But we're definitely seeing that we've got to get buyers time to come through, view the property, and make their offers. Another interesting stat is the average percent of list price. And so we're looking at this based on the original asking price of a property versus what it actually ends up selling for. So right now we're sitting on an average of 97.3% of asking price to final sales price. That's down just over 1% from a year ago. So we've seen a slight drawback in that, but keep in mind these listings and these properties with the increase in average sales price, we're still seeing a net gain for sellers that are selling their property right now. Our average price per square foot follows right along with the increase that we've seen in your average sales price. So that's up right at 6.2% year over year and has stayed level throughout 2023. We've consistently seen that decrease in our total volume of closed real estate throughout 2023, which reflects the lack of new listings and the lack of pending and closed sales. So the question now is, we've seen prices flatline, we've seen days on market increase, but we're still seeing an increase in sales price year over year. So the question is, where's the Oak Island real estate market going to go from here? There's three ways it can go. It can either go back up, where we start to see more gains in average sales price. It can stay level and flatline and be kind of a stagnant market here for the foreseeable future, or we may see prices start to decline a little bit if we see the inventory grow and sellers starting to compete for the buyers that are out there. One of the big impacts that we've seen come into the market this year is definitely the interest rate. So with the rises in interest rate, it is making buying a home, if you're financing it, it's making it more expensive for buyers. So if we see some breaks in the interest rate and we see that drop, I would certainly expect to see some big surges come through in the market, because the reality is this: the demand is still there for Oak Island real estate. Right now, you've just got a lot of buyers that are kind of feeling things out, trying to decide which direction it's going to go and if this is the right time. In my mind, there's never a bad time to buy beach real estate in Brunswick County, and especially here on Oak Island. So I hope that this market update's been helpful for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel or check out my website. You can look at past market update videos. You can get in the mix so that you receive all our future updates, as well as other cool videos that we're putting out there. And at the end of the day, if you're thinking of buying or you're thinking of selling, obviously there's some changes that are happening in the market as we speak. So if you're considering doing either one of those things, or you just want to check in on how your personal real estate on Oak Island is doing, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to take a look at your specific situation, help interpret all this data so that we can get you positioned to win and get a good game plan in place. So again, I'm Brian Inskip with Surf Homes NC. This is your September Oak Island monthly market update, and I will see you on the next one.